welcome to this episode of Joy's World, the podcast. Today, I have a special guest. We met on Clubhouse and then we met in person at Kelechi's live show. He is fucking hilarious and he's from the place that only has one IKEA. So I'm surprised that he found a sofa to sit on this evening. Please welcome the one and only Sid.
Hi guys. The place that has one IKEA. I'm sure we used to have two. We actually used to have two, but yeah.
You can try and justify it, Sid. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Tim Hortons though.
Do you have the range?
The range we do, yeah. We've got the range. I've got the range. How many have we got actually? We've got quite a few. But there's literally one like a 5-minute drive for me. Yeah, it's really nice. But it's all right. It's expensive though.
I'll give you that one. When I interviewed Sideman, he told me that he was going to take me to IKEA. We never went to IKEA.
Oh, bless him.
I'm very disappointed. Do you know what I mean? Maybe he could have paid for stuff. Do you know what I mean?
True. Apparently he's made of money now. Actually,
Not me.
That should be nice. Yeah, that looks better.
Oh wait, he's not Sideman anymore though, is he? He changed.
Oh yeah, to David Whiteley.
Now, apparently.
He used to be called Roadman before. Yeah, he used to be called Roadman all day.
Okay.
And he used to do like skits with some other comedians like Young Thrill, Queen Tugs, who else? Cassandra. Yeah, like he used to do like lots of skits before he got like big UK fame.
Okay, I feel like I want to tell you something, but I feel like I can't tell you while we're recording, so I have to tell you after.
No worries, that's cool.
That sounds like it's really juicy. It's not that juicy. Honestly, guys, it's really
No, it's cool.
Right, so Sid, my first question to everybody that I interview is always the same because I actually do give a fuck and I want you to be really, really honest. And that question is, how are you feeling today?
Today I'm feeling okay. I'm actually all right. I have got COVID at the moment.
Oh no.
So yeah. But I'm on the like final stages of it. Like, you know, I've just done my lateral flow. Still got a little red line there, but I'm all right. It's the second time having it, so I'm okay. Got a nonsense letter through the post from Birmingham City Council saying I drove in a bus lane, but I was like, I followed the diversions. Why are you doing this to me? But other than that, I'm just worrying over nothing, and I'm in good health. But yeah, how are you?
I'm all right, you know. Today, what's happened today? I cooked some chicken curry.
Oh, nice.
And I gave some to my childminder. She loved it. She texted me, said she was loving it. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really done much today, to be honest. I've been a fat lazy cow. Let's be honest. I've literally done nothing, Sid. I'm trying to make it sound exciting. Yeah, the most exciting I did was walking outside to go and have a cigarette. That's all I've done today.
Oh, bless, which
but that's good because I start a new job in like 2 weeks. So I'm trying to in time.
And what are you going to be doing?
So imagine, right? No, I hope my new employers do not listen to this, but I'm going to be doing digital communications.
Okay.
Now, Sid, my question is to you. What the fuck do I know about digital communication?
I'm just trying to think. Maybe it's communicating with people digitally. That's what I would say about interview.
Right. But what I'm saying is like, I blagged this job. Listen, if there's one thing I can do, yeah, is talk. I'm just my mouth. Oh my god, why am I like?
Well,
allegedly.
That makes sense as well.
That's where we sip. Sid, yeah. we need to give each other tips. I think this is
god.
What
yeah, off recorded.
Yeah, we need like
this. Yeah.
Listen, mouth exercises are important.
Very true.
I've done a bit of drama, so we used to do like mouth exercises. I think that's helped me in my life. Definitely.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sid, let's talk about Clubhouse because that's where we met. Clubhouse, I can't remember when I got it. It's definitely over a year now. It's been over a year. When did you start Clubhouse? What do you think of Clubhouse? It's fucking mad, but what do you think about it?
So I first got Clubhouse back in, I think it was January 2021. So they didn't, it wasn't available on Android. I have an Android, but when it came out on Android, that's when I mainly became a lot more active. But work gave me an iPhone, so I was on like early 2021 through my iPhone. But what I think that's how long I've been there. But what I think about Clubhouse, it's really good in terms of building community. I think it's really like community based. I've actually made genuine friendships through that app. I've formed bonds with people. Made enemies as well. Can't lie. That wouldn't be me if I didn't make any enemies. But I think it's okay. It's dying. I think that on a whole, I don't really think it's very good for Black people either. But that's neither there or there. But I just think it's got its pros, it's got its cons. The app is dying out, and I just think it's good that there's just some communities that have been built up that I'm really glad to be a part of.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like I made a few like good like podcasty connections through Clubhouse, and then just finding like the banter rooms. I think like at first there was a lot of rooms about colorism, and I couldn't cope, Sid. I was like, what is going on here? Like sometimes some of the rooms are just heavy, like they're just a lot. So I feel like you just have to really like be careful, like what rooms you go into, what your mind can actually take, on that particular day. But yeah, like I've made connections on Clubhouse, so I think it's all right, innit? It's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like with the colorism rooms, like what did you think about them? Like from the color, like I mean, I saw them and I was just like, this is a shit. But apparently before they were really popping and people really used to have some conversations. And I know that apparently a lot of people, especially from the UK, who are quite active about that, they were saying that people in America seem to have more progressive conversations. And I was like, what? But I don't know, what are your thoughts?
I just felt like they were just a lot. Like I'd never sat down and thought so much about, wait, am I brown skin? Am I dark skin? I was confused. I was like, okay, fine. Okay. To be honest, Sid, I was baffled. I don't know. Like it was just a lot of arguing. But yeah, I don't really go in those rooms anymore.
Yeah, I stopped when somebody said to me that I wasn't dark skinned, and I was like, what? And I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I mean, I understand there are people darker than I will never ever take that away from somebody ever. Like 100% there are people darker than me. There are people with less what palatable features towards the Eurocentric beauty standard than myself. They might have bigger lips, they may have a wider nose, those kind of things. And even though like I love my features and I'm learning to love them, I understand there are people who have absolutely beautiful features the way that they are, and they will be treated as less valuable for that. I'll never take that away from them, but unfortunately I'm socialized as dark-skinned. I am dark-skinned. My parents, but I'm sorry, but I'm not. I think calling myself brown-skinned would just like contribute towards white supremacy and cause further division and those kind of things. I am dark-skinned. There are people who are darker-skinned, and I don't understand why. But anyway, I'm rambling. It's the gin. Sorry.
There's a lot of rooms now, actually, recently that I've seen on there. It's like, can mixed race people call themselves Black? And I was like, I can't. Yeah. I can't cope.
I always get blocked, or like I always get I upset a lot of people in those conversations, as I did today in Ashley's room.
Oh, did you? I must admit, I missed that.
Oh Lord.
I always miss it. Sid, you need to like message me and be like,
right,
Joy,
cool,
in this room.
All right, I will. But yeah.
So can we just touch on one Clubhouse beef that you had that I did hear? 2 letters.
Ugh. The devil. J-Devil. JD. Ugh, no.
Mr. JD, what's the story with JD? What is going on here? I haven't seen him on the way. Is he all right? What's going on? Is he okay? I haven't seen him in any rooms recently.
Oh yeah, he's still around. He's still around, still being a misogynist, still being a massive transphobe, transfisher, still playing victim, still doing the fake liberal social justice warriors. I really don't like them. But this is the thing, like every time I go into rooms, they start like going off in the chat and like start indirecting me. But every time they do that, I just put in quotes like, Alexa, play Destiny's Child, say my name. Because anyhow you say my name, it's over. It's going to be over. I will drag you up and down these Clubhouse streets. Don't do it. The last time I did it, like him and his posse were licking their wounds for a long while. And the thing is, because like my main account got suspended for foolish reasons, but yeah, like again, I'll still badge you up. Like I'll still make a burner account, not burner account, like I'll make her an account that has my name on it that I don't care about, that if it gets suspended, it gets split, and I'll just ban everybody up again. But the thing is, like, just a bit of backstory, JD and I used to be friends, and we used to be part of a similar community, and JD was somebody I once looked up to. And then the problem that I find with the group of people that he's a part of is they are queer for show. That's just how I see it. Like, you don't have any trans friends in real life. You don't have any gay friends in real life. You don't have any lesbian friends in real life, non-binary, none of that. You just don't have that. And I've noticed that they position themselves in certain spaces. Like, you will have, they were very, very mad at me when I was speaking with Dr. Umar Johnson about intersectionality. Because if it's like Dr. B, Dr. Julio, I don't know why they call themselves doctors, but anyway.
If you refer to me as Dr. Joy from now on?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so like, you'll have people that have come on who have got various platforms or radio talk show hosts, and they've held very, very harmful spaces towards the LGBT community, specifically the Black LGBT community, and sorry, LGBTQIA plus community. I need to keep like saying that. It's only a few extra words. But they will keep doing that, and they will host these very harmful spaces. And then what this group of people tend to do is go up in those spaces, hoggle the space, speak, drown out other queer voices, so that it's like only theirs counts, only theirs matters, as therefore their engagement can get up, their following can get up, their influence can get up, their message can get up. And I just find it a lot. And it's like
a part of everything, don't they, Sid? Like, some people want to be a part of like every group. It's like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like I hear what you're saying, and I think, like, I was having this conversation the other day with a friend of mine. She's come out as a lesbian Muslim.
Oh, I love that for her.
Yeah, and like, we was having this chat, and she was, you know, kind of asking me about my sexuality, and I said to her, like, I now would class myself as bisexual, but I still kind of like, I feel like I refrain from kind of saying that I'm queer or bisexual, because I feel like, I don't know, like, because I don't feel like I've always been this way, but I feel like it's something that I'm exploring. And because I haven't like had a full-on relationship with a woman, I don't want to take up space. Does that make sense? Because she was like, well, you're not taking up space. Like, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. I'm like, yeah, but is it really, like, until I've had a full-on relationship with a woman, like, can I really say that? So I'm very reluctant, as I say, to, like, you know, I would enter queer spaces and listen, but I wouldn't necessarily like speak and trying to be like a voice for anything, because I'm like, you know, I don't feel like I'm qualified to do that. But some people are very comfortable.
I mean, look, I think the way I see it is like, And, you know, thank you for telling me that as well, first and foremost. And I think that you don't have to be in a relationship with a woman. You don't have to, you don't even have to have an experience with another woman for that to qualify you. And nobody has the right to validate or invalidate your queer identity, whether they like that or not. Unfortunately, that is something that is personal to you. That isn't something that people have the right to question. And I just think people should live and let live. And I think that, especially among like Black people as well, when you are Black and queer, there is a lot of pressure to validate your identity or hurry up and decide within a short space of time. Because again, like as you've seen recently, we are hypersexualized to standards that others aren't. We are put in all of these boxes again that others aren't, and it's not really fair. And then even being a bisexual, like people always put that in a frame of mind as what do we accept from somebody who's bisexual? Because it's like, are you meant to be promiscuous? Are you meant to be somebody who can't be monogamous? What does that look like? You could have like experimented on whatever, married a husband, that's your happy ever after, you've never done anything with a woman again, and you are still a bisexual, you're still valid, your identity is still yours, just because, you know what I mean? And I mean, when people are questioning those kinds of things, and when people are like, you know, the nitpicking, those are like forms of microaggressions when it comes to things like biphobia. And I think that that's something that we really have to look into. We shouldn't. And another thing, like, it's like, yeah, I got in trouble. It's not trouble for saying that, but yeah, sexuality can be fluid as well.
Yeah, it
can be fluid, and we have to be patient. We have to be accepting and supportive of those who are fluid with their sexuality. That's just how it is. Like I don't make the rules. that's it. I don't make the rules. But yeah. But anytime you need to like talk or anything, girl, give me a shout.
I'm trying to find myself a nice stud. I'm not gonna lie. I need a stud. I saw one man at Waterloo Station, but it wasn't. I couldn't flirt with her. Do you know what I mean? So I need to get out there. That's what I need to do. I need to get out there. Sid, I wanted to play a quick game with you.
Go for it.
We're both on the alcohol. Can we do 2 truths and 1 lie?
Oh, okay, cool. Go for it.
I'm gonna try and go first. I didn't think about my answers in like. So.
Oh, me? Shall I go first? Okay, cool. 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay.
And if I get it correct, you have to down your drink and pour another one.
What I'll do, no, I'll be fair. What I'll do is I'll pour more liquor in just to make it, because I've been sipping away faster than you have. Let's just make it a challenge, yeah? You can tell how I was in uni, innit? All right.
I only lasted 2 weeks in uni. I did freshers in Leeds and then I left.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, I'm a quitter. And then I came back to London and moved out of home. And then 2 years later, got pregnant. Woo!
Oh, God. You were living life.
We live life. We have to live it.
Okay, so 2 truths. Okay. Trying to think now. 2 truths. Oh, now you got me. Okay, so. Oh, no, that's not for a podcast.
No, for a podcast. It's for a podcast.
All right. Are you sure?
100%.
Oh God. Okay. Cool. So, okay, I'll go for 2 of them. No. Actually, no. Okay, so once I've literally had 5 guys. Okay, that's
what, in the same day?
What? Okay, moving on. Another one is I've got 2 degrees, and another one is let me just try and think now. Let me try and think. I've ruined a wedding.
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. Okay. So you've had you've had 5 guys in one night. That's what I'm taking the first one.
Yeah.
Got 2 degrees and you've ruined a wedding. Now, Sid, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you would have done all of these things. Okay, I feel like definitely. I feel like number 2 is definitely a truth because I feel like you're smart. So you could.
Wait,
you
was
could
it
have
2 lies? Was it 2 lies and 1 truth? Oh, I need to start again then.
No.
Shit. All right, cool.
Okay, wait. Have you just done 1 lie?
I done 2 lies.
You did 2 lies. Oh, okay. Okay, so I just need to guess one. Which one is the truth? Okay, wait. The one that is the truth is that. Oh, you've got 2 degrees.
No.
Okay, wait. Let me guess it one more time. You ruined a wedding.
No.
Look at me trying to think you're a good person. Oh, Jesus. Okay, wait. The lie is that
we will pretty much know what the truth is now.
I still feel like you should down your drink, to be fair.
Oh, God.
I need to catch up with you.
Oh my
I've
God.
done two
Ooh.
in 24 hours.
All right, cool.
Allegedly.
That's another truth. Okay, another one. I've got more than 30 houseplants in my house.
Yeah, I believe that because you said on Clubhouse you was a plant dad.
All right, cool. That's true. That's the truth.
You need to give me some tips. I got 5 plants.
Really?
I'm proud of myself. I'm keeping them alive.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a positive. Okay, right. Let me think of 2
I can literally grab there's 1 plant here.
Okay. Have you got a money plant?
No.
Oh, Sid, I was gonna get you a money plant.
This is propagating.
Okay.
Propagating. And I've got 2 here. These are air plants.
Okay.
You can see, yeah.
Air plants, yeah.
This is a peperonia.
What the fuck is a peperonia?
It's like a plant that it just grows.
Sid, I'm really upset because I was gonna get you a money plant.
Oh, thank you. Here's another one.
I was gonna get you a money plant. Lovely.
And I've also got, this is a monstera, but it's variegated.
How do you remember to water them all?
Hmm?
How do you remember to water them all?
Oh, I set a watering schedule. So I know Sunday, I make sure all my plants are watered. Every Sunday, like chat.
Do I only need to water my plants once a week?
Yeah, and then in winter times when the weather's colder, you water them a lot less. Like probably every 2-3 weeks.
Okay. Right, let me think of 2 truths and 1 lie.
Right, go for it.
Hold on. 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay. Number 1, I feel like you're going to know this one because you said you listened to the first episode of my podcast, so you might know this one, but okay.
Right, cool, go for it.
Number 1 is that I gave birth to my daughter in the back of a cab. Number 2 is that I snuck backstage at a Lily Allen concert and got to meet her. And number 3 is I've had sex with a police officer.
Oh, okay. So I listened to the first episode of your podcast. I don't remember you saying you gave birth to your daughter in the back of a cab. So I think that one's a lie. Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to go listen to more episodes then. I don't think it was on.
Yep, I pushed her out 3 pictures and she was there, my knickers. It was fantastic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, so out of the other 2, which one do you think was a lie? So the Lily Allen concert or the alleged sleeping with alleged police officer, allegedly?
Well, police officers have no shame, so I would say that's probably true. Lily Allen, no, it's probably a lie. Lily Allen one. I don't know, yeah, what did they get right?
To be honest with you, Sid, I can't really confirm or deny any allegations made against me. Sid, I swear down, I might have to cut this bit out because I can't be bringing up my business like that.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. But number 3 was a truth. The Lily Allen one, I tried to meet her, but she was being a bitch that day, so she didn't want to meet anybody.
Oh, wow.
But shout out to you, Lily Allen. I still want to interview you. Do you know what I mean? Big ups to you and that. Yeah. Right. Okay. Sid.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Sid, I've got a problem. I just popped up my drink and I've dropped the lid. It's gone under my sofa and I can't be asked to get it out. So now I feel like I have to finish the whole bottle.
Oh, listen, we've all been there. Who hasn't?
That's a first world problem, but it's a problem. Do you get me?
Who hasn't finished a bottle of wine?
Right, Sid, we're going to do a couple of would you rathers, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Cool. So, number 1, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Where or how or when? Sorry.
When you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Oh. I would rather know when I'm going to die. The reason why, what I would do, because I've got a good credit, I probably shouldn't say this on the podcast. But anyway, allegedly, some people, they like to max out their credit cards and shit, innit? And that gets written off, but hey, how.
Oh, so you're gonna, okay, cool. I get, do you know what? That idea didn't cross my mind, but cheers to that. Okay, next one. Would you rather always be hot or always be cold?
Always be hot. Sorry, always be hot.
Really? I feel like I'm always cold anyway, so that one's just like a given to me.
At least I wouldn't say with these gas prices.
Energy prices are rising. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because me, I just want to turn my heating off now. I said, hey, you're a put jumper. You see me, yeah? I used to have a rule, Sid, where I wouldn't wear hoodies or jumpers in my house. I'm like, no, I'm paying my bills. Me, I'm going to be wearing vest top. I don't care if it's the middle of December. But you see now, if anyone would like to buy me a hoodie, I'll be very grateful. Some extra blankets, thank you. Like, are you mad?
Do you know what? I'll make you a deal. I'm going to apply for this promotion. If I get it, I'll order you an hoodie.
Oh, thank you. Cheers to that. Do you know what? I have a black hoodie that I bought from Boohoo, just a cheap hoodie, yeah? But I bought it a few months, was it last year? I think I bought it last year. And where I keep, because I had weight loss surgery and I'm losing weight. And so now the hoodie's just like hanging off me. And I'm like, I really need new hoodie. This one is not giving me justice. You know? It's not right. It's not right. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, would you rather find the love of your life today or win the lottery next year?
Oh. That's
if you don't say win the lottery next year, you have to down your drink.
That is a good one. To be honest,
Me, I will love my money.
That is a good one, you know. That is an absolute good one. To be honest, I don't really have much luck with like finding good dates. It's tempting. But then again, I'm single and I'm broke, so I just go for the money. Fuck it.
Okay, down your drink, Sid. You've got them plants to keep you company. You don't need a man. Fuck that. Okay, next one. Would you rather give up gas and electric or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Gas and electric.
So you'll be cold? You'll be cold?
Remember, I said I'd rather be hot for the rest of my life, so I'll be all right.
You know, when I asked my sister this question, she was like, yeah, but you need electric to have the internet. I was like, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Sorry, I'd rather get the internet. Yeah, sorry.
Listen, don't worry about where my questions come from, okay? That's the end of the would you rathers. Oh my god. Yeah, I know that we need electrics to run the internet, but whatever. Like
You are funny. You know what? If I wasn't drinking, you wouldn't have got me.
We're not thinking practicalities. Do you know what I mean? We're not.
Very true.
So Sid, you touched on it earlier. So you are a gay man. I want you to tell me, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a few questions. So number one, what is your dating life like? And also, another question I had is, do you have a coming out story? Because I feel like there is this kind of general consensus. Oh, look at me using big words. Stop it. That everyone who is gay, lesbian, whatever, has a big coming out story. Like they had to sit all their family down and tell them, I am gay. Did you have that, or was it just like a, you know, did your mum and dad, do you know?
Okay, I can't remember. What was the first question again? What's my dating life like? Okay,
What's the dating life? But maybe go for the, did you have a coming out story first?
Yeah. Yes and no. So I had a friend, well, I introduced a friend to the family, and then it just kind of became obvious. And my mum was like for me personally, like I had like family members who are quite homophobic and kind of still are, if that kind of makes sense. They wouldn't say this shit to my face though, obviously, because I'll be like, I could just ask questions. Okay, you're straight and you're still not happy. Like, where do we go from here? Do you know what I mean? Like, after family's divorced and whatnot. But anyway, yeah. So for me, it was like mom just one day asked me, and she was just like, "Oh, is he your partner?" And I just said, "No." And then the next morning, she asked me again, and she goes, "You can tell me, you know, it's life." And I was like, "Yeah, he is." And she goes, "Oh, well, he's really cute." And that was it, really. And so the first person I really like, a family member I came out to, was mom. Other than that, like when I was at uni, like people knew, but it wasn't something I ever fully like accepted or embraced. And I think like part of me, even now, is like sometimes I just don't tell lots of people about my life. Like what people know is what they know. If I don't know you on a friendly level, especially if I'm at work or if I'm at like any other professional setting or anything like that, nobody needs to know my business. That's about it. If I have a partner at the time, it's yes, that's all they need to know. Because people are just bad mind as well, and people are just inner. But I just keep that. It's not something I hide. If somebody asks me, "Are you gay?" I'll be like, "Yeah, okay, cool, yeah, I am." Where do we go from here? You know, it's one of the ones there. And yeah, like some people at work know, some people don't. Like I just don't really. I think I'm constantly coming out, I guess. Like there's people who ask, there's people who will question certain things. There's people who will, even like friends, there's some people who are just so ignorant, and I just have to make it abundantly clear, like, look, it is what it is. And that's about it, really. That was it. Like some families took it well, some didn't say anything, some it's just not something we talk about. Some didn't take it well, but again, they're not. It's very funny because you're not that important to me for me to care.
So was the most important person for you your mum?
Oh, 100%. Like me and my mum are like, even though my mum's got 6 kids, and I probably am the closest child to her. I've always been close to my mum, so it was very important for me that would happen. And I always thought, like, with the relationship that I have with my mum, because my mum is like, she's a Taurus, so you know, she's very grounded, she's very peacekeeper kind of thing. So I always thought it would be. I didn't really know if people taking it well, whether she'd side with me or not. And when I actually had that conversation with her, she was like, "Well, no, like, of course I'm going to take your side. You're my son." I never really expected that, because like for a lot of people in that have homophobic family members, like a lot of people, their coming out stories really sounded like an escape plan. And that's something I also adopted. Like I didn't think my mum would accept me for it. And I felt quite bad because it was like, do I really know my mum? That do I like, I'm this close to my mum? Did I really know her that well enough? And it really like put a lot into perspective for me. So it was just like, yeah, it was like a lot for me to process in that time. But I always thought, like many people, like I would have to leave home and then come out. I would have to put all these provisions in place so that I could move out and I could be at a safe distance. And then like that whole escape plan, when I realized I didn't have to go through with that, it was such a massive relief because mum just accepted me, you know? And that was that. And like we still talk about certain things. Like she's still, I will talk to her about partners, I'll talk to her about guys, you know, and she'll give me advice, and she'll like, I really, really can rely on her. And I think that she's taught me and like reaffirmed my worth, if that kind of makes sense. And I think it's so important to have family that accept you and love you and can guide you, and just see that like a same-sex relationship is kind of like pretty much any other, you know? You still deserve love, you still deserve validation, you still deserve all of those things. And it's like, if I didn't have my mom, like I'd probably have people taking the piss, I'm not gonna lie. And I see a lot of friends who aren't out, and I've held, I'm not sure if you were there for that, but I used to hold a lot of previous rooms on Clubhouse about what it's like to not be out and all the vulnerabilities that you're exposed to when you're not out, especially when you're Black. I've held a lot of spaces on Clubhouse for that and just had those conversations and shared experiences, and it's not nice. It's really, really, it's like I've got friends who have like, they've gone through all sorts of things, and their family, they can't even tell their family. Like they've had things happen to them, and it's like they can't even open up about things like abuse or whatever, because they would just be in that danger. They would lose their home, they'd lose their family, they'd lose everything. And it was like, that's something that I felt I would, a position I thought I would be in. And I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful that I'm not in that position. Yeah.
And I think it's like, it's interesting because, as you say, like you hear a lot of stories about people who are in that position. And I think especially when you're Black, it's hard to kind of like, you know, come out to our families. Like there is a lot of, you know, there is a lot of judgment, or there can be a lot of judgment. I think for me, like I kind of drip feed things to my mom. Like over the years, I've been saying like, yeah, if I get a husband or a wife, like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, and I remember a few weeks ago, I had to kind of like have a conversation with my mum about pronouns, because she was so confused. She was asking me, she's like, my manager put she/her on her emails. Like, why? What does that mean? Why did you? I was like, literally, I sat down, I had to speak to her about it. I was like, Mom, it's pronouns or blah. Like I had to explain to her about things, and I was just like, but she was receptive, and like she was like, oh, okay, so am I still a Mrs.? I was like, yes, Mom, you're still Mrs. Like it's cool, can't like relax. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, like, but if I was actually in a full-on relationship with a woman, I'm not sure how she'll react. I think she'll be okay. But do you know what I think it is, yeah? I feel like we as individuals, we have to be okay with ourselves and actually understand that we are okay on our own. And I know that sounds like much weird, but actually, family or not, some people are just dickheads, yeah?
I couldn't agree more.
They can't expect you for who you are and how you are, they don't need to be in your life. And I don't care if they're your family or not. Do you know what I mean? I totally get though that some people are living at home, like that's where they live, like they won't have anywhere to live. I totally get that. But what I'm saying is that aside from that, anyone that doesn't accept you for who you are is not worth your time. Like literally, they're not worth it. Like my mum always says to me, and she has a lot of siblings, right? But she always says to me, I was born alone and I will die alone. And I know that might sound like a bit, you know, tragic, but it's very true. Like we are born alone, we'll die alone. Even twins, she always says, even twins, one came first. I said, okay, Mom. And it's true, like, I don't know, like I just feel like I would be willing to snip anybody that didn't want to accept me with a woman. I try now to even teach Janelle, my daughter, about, you know, like,
oh, that's my cousin's name. I just remembered.
is it? I don't know a lot of Janelles. I don't know a lot of Janelles, but yeah, I found one actually on Clubhouse, an American one, Janelle. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna follow you because you've got the same name.
Is it Janelle McFarlane?
I don't know. I think it's no, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. There was a Janelle. I was like, oh, I know. Like, yeah, I've got the It's very interesting because like she's got the same name as exact first and last name as my cousin. I was like, oh my god, so weird.
Wow.
And she's Jamaican as well, so I was like, what the hell? Like, it was very
family. But yeah, no, I just feel like I'm trying to, as I say, like teach my daughter she's only 6, but I'm trying to like make her understand that people's families are different. You might have like, because you know there was that big fucking uproar when they were saying they're gonna teach children about different types of families and be like, oh, I don't want my kids to learn about sex at 6. No one's teaching them about sex. Shut the fuck up, you dick. Are you actually dumb? Are you dumb? Are you stupid? But you know what, Sid? Like, it's what our kids are exposed to, and even, and I know it's different, but still, it's in the same thing about trying to teach my daughter different things. It's like, I have a lot of friends with different disabilities. So obviously I'm visually impaired. I have blind friends, she's my godmother. But I also have friends in wheelchairs. I also have friends with dwarfism. And I want my daughter to be like, these kind of things don't faze her. Does that make sense?
They're just people at the end of the day. Like, we're all people.
Innocent, like they will ask you questions, like they will ask the obvious questions. Like the amount of times that I walk down the street and I hear kids say to their parents, like, why has she got a stick? And their mum's like, shh, shh, shh. And it's like, oh, it's okay. Like you can like say, like, I can't see very well. That's why I've got a stick. Like, it's fine. Like, I think sometimes when we try and hush things away, it makes it like a taboo. Like, oh my God, you can't speak about that. But you can speak about it. If a child is asking why is someone in a wheelchair, you tell them their legs is not working. Their legs is not working properly. That's why.
Oh God.
It's true, isn't it? But yeah, no, I want my daughter to understand that people's families are different. Some people have 2 dads, some people have 2 moms. She has 1 mom. That's it. No dad.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. And I think that like that when that No Outsiders protest was happening, it really was it No Outsiders? I can't even remember what the name of it was, but yeah, those people really, 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 really showed their asses. And it's like and it just goes to show that people, the lack of range that people have when it comes to an intersectional identity, and people are saying things like, okay, like they are from Muslim backgrounds, which is absolutely fine. I understand, and I understand that like what a religion may say, or religion may have a view on those kind of things, but the reality is there's Muslim men messaging me on Grindr, respectfully. Like, I'm sorry, but there is. No, and I'm sorry, but like, we need like let's if we're really gonna get into it, and those are the like that they're going to need to know that who they are is absolutely okay, you know. There are people messaging me like, and they are of Muslim backgrounds, and there are people doing things even now, and it's Ramadan, like they're doing things, and it's like, you know, when are we going to be like the conversation is going to have to be had. Unfortunately, the conversation is just going to have to be had. And I think that the excuse that people were making, that those things that people were saying, it was exactly the same as people who would say things like, oh, okay, like the same like when there's racist people that like, I don't want to teach my children that like about certain things on racism. I don't want them going to school to learn that. You have to understand that even you who are still marginalized and you're still protesting against that, what you have to understand is there are people making the same excuses that you're making against other marginalized people. And I think a lot of people just need to also say with their chest, their entire chest, you know, Just say you don't want them to be, or to understand that homophobia is not acceptable. Say you don't want your kids to learn that. Just say that. You know, people say, oh, I want to get that, I'm going to teach them at home appropriately. No, you just say you want to teach them homophobia at home. Just say that with your chest. Just
oh
say
my
it.
God.
Just
No,
I'm being honest. Just say it with your chest, because the same places where people were protesting, right, is the same place. It was like Birmingham, even though it's a second city, it's not safe for a lot. It's not a safe city for a lot of LGBT people. If you compare it to London, you compare it to Leeds, you compare it to Leicester, you compare. Did I say Manchester already? Yeah,
no.
Manchester. You compare it to Manchester, compare it to some parts of Liverpool. Birmingham is still very, very unsafe. Still very, very unsafe, especially for queer people of color, because people will see the white gays, they won't say anything to them. But you see a black man in some Batty Rider shorts, you know, you see an Asian that is some fishnets, and you will save all of that you've seen and direct it onto them, and you've just ignored a white queer person. And those are definitely conversations that we need to have. And it's like, I'm a bit disappointed in a lot of LGBT societies, forums, and those kind of things that aren't having those conversations, that queer people of colour do feel unsafe, that they will be targeted homophobia towards them just because they're a person of colour. Definitely needs to be a conversation that has to be had, and it's not being had. And again, when I say it, I've got a lot to say on that topic. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be one of those token ethnics that like to be, oh, there's homophobia in the black community, there's homophobia in the gay community, in Asian communities, and this other community. Okay, you're saying all of those things, but are you centering the people? Are you actually centering how they're affected? Are you centering how like there are even people within the LGBT community who take advantage of that? Are we having those conversations? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think because we're not having those conversations, we really aren't understanding the level of danger that people are in Birmingham, and not just in Birmingham, just around the UK in general. Yeah, that's just that really.
I don't understand like homophobes. Like I just don't get it. Like I'm so confused, but it's so hard, and it's something like you can't it's sometimes, you know, like when you think about how shitty people are and how, you know, how horrible humans can actually be, like you will cry every day. You will cry. So all I try to do is just A, be myself, and B, I will teach my daughter here to be herself as well. I don't give two shits. I cannot, I don't have time for it. I don't get it. And also it's a case of like, because, you know, like people say, if you're silent, you're complicit. So if you hear anyone being homophobic or transphobic, like you have to speak out on it. And I've had to do that with other things as well. And I will continue to do that, because I don't want friends or, you know, anyone that I'm kind of in contact with. Sid, is my bra showing all this time? You didn't tell me. Sid,
I didn't see it.
Sid,
your hair was covering
I know you don't like boobies, yeah, but you could have told me.
Your hair was covering it.